Hey guys, Blue Kool-Aid coming at you. Our magnetosphere is kind of jacking up a little bit. Here's the coronal hole. Whenever we have coronal holes, Earth facing, that means our solar winds will increase. We kind of seen this coming because you can see it rotate through as the sun rotates. We've seen it over here on the limb coming around. Now sometimes they close up, sometimes they get bigger. So we have to keep that in mind also. But I'm going to show you what the magnetosphere looks like right now. Keep in mind that right there is probably pretty much a pretty normal signature. Okay, and what I'm showing you here as this goes on, watch off to the right from the direction of the sun. You see that energy start to increase, and then boom. See that? Okay, obviously that's not a normal thing. I mean, I don't want to call it not normal because we do see it. Okay, it's not a very frequent happening. Okay, look at that. I mean, boom and boom, and then it starts really. It's like our magnetics really got messed up for a minute, and then it tries to right itself. I believe is what's going on here. See, look at all that red out there in the front, man. That is intense. Okay, now we've seen this kind of stuff before. Why do I even bother showing this? Well, the reason why I do is because we have to be aware that something's going on, because this has been directly related to upticks in earthquakes and other stuff going on, climate-wise around the earth. Pretend you're not connected. Here, let me show you this first real quick. Okay. These are the lines, magnetic lines, our field lines. We got polar lines, we got closed field lines, and we got IMF lines, which are our connection to the sun and other celestial objects. Well, these lines should be pretty much the IMF or the blue lines, and they really should be kind of straight up and down all the way through here, at least roughly, and connected. Well, we haven't been seeing that very much lately. So in other words, our connection's getting broke. At least it's breaking at some level. Now that signature there doesn't look too bad. But just, why could this increase, earthquake, upticks? Well, just think that, like two magnets, when they're not connected to each other, say you got one in one hand, one in the other, they kind of don't even feel each other. But as you get closer, when they do finally connect, what do? They're like, bam! Okay, they smack against each other. Or if the poles are in a different, if they have the same charge pole going at the one on the other side is the same, they'll try to repel each other. So either way, you have like a jerk, okay, of connection when that does happen. So that's kind of what these IMF lines, at least that's how I understand it. Now watch this, okay, I'm going to take this through. You're going to see weird stuff happen. Okay, obviously that's that same wave we've seen on that other model I just showed you. Okay, now, like I said, there you go. See it bubble out right there? Okay, then boom, 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 boom. Okay, now look at this. You see this right here? Those are pole lines, man. Yeah, that's just a really odd signature. So we keep going. We've seen these types of signatures before. Notice the pressure out in front kind of died off. All right, now we do this, we get to about right there. You see that? Those are pole lines too. That's a lot of pole lines, and they're all, it's just magnetic chaos. All right, now you see that, and then remember what I said about the magnets when they slam against each other? You see that? We don't hardly see any IMF lines, which, like I said, is our connection to the sun and other, celestial objects out there. Now, we don't hardly see any there, right? Well, watch this. Very next capture. Bam! I mean, just almost all IMF lines, we reconnected right there to something. Okay? It's still, chaotic. But we definitely connected to something there. I mean, look at that. That's intense, guys. I mean, when we look at these models, we normally are looking at those IMF lines when we really want to try to look at something, how it's going to affect us. Now, they all affect us, but this seems to be the most important one, at least in my experience, as I've, grown my knowledge has grown a little bit, like I said, Scott over at Planet X News has taken his own time to try to help me out. And, I can't tell him enough how much I thank him for that. But he takes his time, and he, you know, shoot me texts, he'll shoot me links, all that kind of stuff. And I need it. And so I can give you guys better content and better, you know, information correct. And, you know, he's got probably the best advantage over there. He's got Dr. Albers over there. You know, she's one of the smartest people walking the face of this planet, man. You know, I mean, where are you going to get any better information at? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there you go. Look at that. I mean, this is just crazy, crazy. Look at that. I mean, and it just keeps happening. All right. Now, like I said, this is all current as I'm making this video. But, you know, that is what it is. There's not a whole lot more to say about this other than that's just, you know, that's just chaotic. Looks like a 5-year-old grabbed some crowns and started marking all over the wall. But I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. You know, I try to keep you guys up to date here. I told you I'd be giving you videos more often, and I'm trying to. So, I am starting to get a little bit more downtime here, so I'm able to do a little bit more research. And I do try to educate myself, and sometimes I say stuff wrong, and that's okay. But, you know, there are people out there helping me, and I hope to be able to help you guys sometimes. You know, don't ever be afraid to email me. I'll try to, if I don't know the answer, I'll find somebody that does and try to get that answer to you. Okay? So I think it's going to take us all. I think we all can kind of, you know, my point is in this whole situation right here, you see that? That's pretty much a normal signature. So if we know that that's a normal signature, and then we go to something like that, most of us are going to be like, hey, I need to, you know, look at that. Or, hey, I need to ask somebody what the heck is going on. Okay, so that's the whole idea of doing our observations. So we can share it with everybody and try to find the real answer. So the best we understand it. I just thought that was pretty intense. Go from that to boom. Connected straight back, man, to something. So, I mean, that's, yeah. But anyway, God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.